Welcome to the Postcards from Palisade podcast. I'm your host, Lisa McNamara. Palisade is most famous for its peaches, but there's so much more happening in our little town. Join me as I chat with our community members to hear about how they're making Palisade a great place to live and to visit. Today I'm talking with Michael Palma, manager of the El Rey Mexican restaurant and food truck. El Rey, which previously operated solely out of a food truck by the car wash, recently opened a brick-and-mortar restaurant located at 528 Iowa Ave in Palisade. Hear how this family operation is inspired by a love of great food, excellent customer service, their community, and most importantly, each other. Michael shares the latest on what El Rey is cooking up at their new location. Get ready for some margs, music, and authentic specialties from the kings of Mexican food in Palisade. Join us for Taco Tuesday on today's Postcard from Palisade.
My name is Michael Palma, but everyone knows me as Mikey. I am the manager of the restaurant, and I am also the manager of the food truck. We are located in 528 Iowa Ave, Palisade. And if any to-go orders or anything, you guys can give us a call at 970-261-8370. And then the food truck, we take it wherever they need us for events or wineries or anything. We're always there. Or if they need us in wherever they need us in the Western Slope or in Colorado, we'll be there. But yes, I am the manager of the restaurant.
Awesome. What do you do as manager?
So I just make sure everything's running good, making sure whoever is the waitress this day is doing the right job, and then I go check, making sure the cook, because we have a new cook, we're training him. I'm just making sure everything's going good, right portions, right amount of time to cook all the foods, and I just go around check how the customers are doing, if they're enjoying the food, and yeah, that's what I do. And then when it comes to the food truck, that's when I turn into more like wherever they need me. If they need a cashier, I'm there. If they need me to prep all the food or cook all the food or just put all the garnish on the side or anything, I'm always there. And yeah, I'm the one that stays till the end if Oscar can close up the place or open up the place as well.
Wow. Okay. So you're just making sure everything is happening,
Yes.
basically. That's great. When did Oscar open the El Rey food truck? How long ago was that?
It was about April 10th, 2022, so about like 3 years. Yeah, he started off, I believe it was a Saturday that he opened. At first he was like scared. He was all like, I don't know if I want to do it in Palisade. I don't know if I should do it in Junction. But I'm like, you guys should give it a try, because at first it was my mom and him the first day. And I was like, you guys should give it a try in Palisade. Let's see how it goes. So everyone started showing support because we were down at the Ace Hardware store here in Palisade. And people just started showing us support. And we're like, you know what? Maybe this is going to go far. And then I started coming in right after school, because I was still in school at that time. And I would just come in and just let my mom not work, because that's the only thing I don't want my mom to keep on working. I want her to retire one day, and hopefully it's soon. But yeah, I'm like, Mom, let me just take it on from here, and I'll just start working. My plan was to work for the summer and then go to college, but since I saw a real big future in the food truck, I was like, you know what, I'll stay. We don't have to hire anyone. Yeah, I will just help out Oscar and the food truck running it. Yeah, 3 years passed, and now we have a restaurant.
Well, I'm really glad that you guys decided to open in Palisade because, well, obviously when we moved here, we lived downstairs from your dad.
Yeah.
And, met him really early and just, we love the food. So like really, I didn't know that there's a possibility that you wouldn't have been here. So
yeah,
glad you decided to stay here.
No, yeah. And that's what also made us stay here, because people were like, oh, finally we could have a place that we could come and eat and not drive 20 to 25 minutes to 30 minutes. We're like, you know what, yeah, this is going to be a good place. And especially because when it comes to summer, there's a lot of tourists, and Palisade is just really busy. Well, they have a lot of options in downtown Main Street, but once it comes down to them being full and then the roads being closed off, we're the next option for them, If they need anything fast or yeah, if they want to have some good authentic Mexican food, then they can come over here as well. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
And we try to do it fairly quick, and all the to-goes, we try to do them as fast as we can.
Oh, yeah.
So no wait there.
Why did you decide to open a food truck?
The food truck was supposed to be like a just in case something happened, like college wasn't working for my siblings, or if it was just a bounce back for anything. If work didn't go right, yeah, it was just a bounce back. But since we saw a big future, we started going more, being more involved into it, like doing promotions, then opening more days, and wherever they would call us, we would go. But yeah, we just started seeing a lot of future in it. We're like, this could go far, so let's just start working on it more and more, be more dedicated to it.
So it was like something he knew he could do. He was like, I know how to do this. This is like, I'm sat here.
Yeah, my mom and Oscar, they both started at restaurants. The one that they met was El Tapatio. That's where they met, and Oscar, he was the manager at El Tap.
And Fruta, okay.
Yeah, Oscar was the manager, my mom was the waitress. Together, they had a lot. My mom would always come and tell me, oh yeah, everyone that comes in loves me, and this and that. I'm like, wow, like that's really motivational. And once I started going in the future, I'm like, I'm just gonna be like my mom was. Let's see how it goes for me. And yeah, I would learn from her. I would be like, Mom, well, what would you do in this situation? Or how do you do it so people come back to you? And then she just started telling me everything, and customer service is first, and just always keep a good smile, towards the people. Yeah. And that's what I did. And then when Oscar, he would just always guide me like how to be the manager, never tell them that we don't have this. Always check if you have it in the fridge, and then just tell them, just give me a couple minutes and it should be ready, He always tries to tell me not to tell him that no, we don't have it. And then we, like, wherever, if we were needing napkins or anything, we try to see what's the next solution. We had bounties. All right, there we go. We got you guys some bounties, or just always try to think, if we don't have anything, just try to think of a solution so it works,
Yeah, so you're not saying no. Yeah. So yeah. And it comes across from all the times we've gotten food from you, and a lot of the things. Obviously the food is great. That's really important. But also important is just having somebody who's like happy to see you and is like, hey, I remembered your name, and that's critical. So you guys have that.
We will always go to different restaurants and be like, dang, like, do these people really like their job? Or like they just have it like, okay, here you go, have a good day. Like they wouldn't really want to talk or anything. I'm like, I have to change that. I want people to actually be like, well, that kid is nice, and cook, he's really good, Oscar. Yeah. And I just wanted to do that. I just wanted people to come and think that we're actually really good people.
Because you are, right? Right. And so that's really cool. So from 2022 to today, just a few years later, going from a food truck to actually opening a restaurant, that's really great. So it's very exciting. So we're sitting here in the space right now, and it looks it's really cute. It's really vibrant and looks like a street taco stand. Yeah. And so right now there's like 2 booths and a couple tables and bench seating. And I think there's a plan to open and go through to the next door, right?
Yes, that is our plan. Hopefully the owner said by next month, it should be ready, the place to move in. We're trying to get on that, trying to open up over here. And our plans for over here for the next building is to have a little section for live music, try to get the high schoolers out here. Like they can play solos, duos, trios, whatever it is. And we want them to come over here and play an hour, and we'll pay them.
Oh, that's fun.
That's the plan. And we're thinking maybe like if everything goes good, maybe, I don't know, towards like midsummer, we'll try to see if we can get some famous Mexican groups or anything out here,
That would be amazing.
Yeah, and more seating over there as well, and liquor license. Hopefully, we get it soon. So some nice margaritas and all that. The Palisade theme.
Sweet. Wow, that's going to be really fun. I'm excited about that. Yeah. Menu's the same.
Menu should be different. Sometime next month, we're almost done with our menu that has all the pictures and prices, and we're gonna add more stuff to it.
Oh.
Yeah, getting more like a restaurant going in here for the building, but this menu would be just for the food truck.
Okay.
So when we go to events or anywhere in Junction or Palisade or any place in the Western Slope, These are our menus. But yeah, our
Okay.
menus for the restaurant should be coming in next month.
Oh. Is it a surprise, or are there any new things that you want to talk about?
So we are gonna have like pollo con mole. A lot of the restaurant stuff like pollo con mole or what do you call it? Like seafood, like shrimp cocktail. Cocktail de camarón is what we call it. So it comes with like the shrimp, then ketchup. It's just a whole bunch of stuff, but it's really good. And then we're gonna have more seafood stuff. And one of our plans that we're trying to do, we saw it in Denver. It's like a mini trompo, like where you keep all the pastor, and people cut them themselves and they make their own tacos.
That's
and
awesome.
Yeah, they cut their own tacos. They have the sauces in there, and yeah, it's just like a mini one. But right now we're trying to see if it's the right time to put it out. But first we have to get the mini trompos as well.
Oh, I think people would love that.
Yeah, that's the fun because we were over there in Denver and oh man, we ordered one of that for us four. We were full with that one. You know, we're bringing it over here to Palisade.
But I can see people getting really excited about that.
Yeah, and it's just a big portion of meat and just spread out evenly. But yeah, those are what's coming up in the future.
Very exciting.
Thank you. Every month there's going to be more improvements to the building. We're trying to put up a painting over there for like the Dia de Muertos, like the ones that los calaveras. We want to put them up over there, and then on the other building. We just want to do so much stuff to the building, and just so everyone can have a good vibe in here and just enjoy some food, and hopefully sometime in the future, liquor as well. Get some. We want to do the peach margaritas for Palisade, and yeah, we just want to get all that going for the people, and yeah, that's all I want to say. That there's going to be a lot of improvements to the building. So if you walk in one day and then you're like, whoa, this wasn't here the last time, or whoa, this was, you guys added this, or a lot of stuff, because that's what's been going on. A lot of people come and they're like, whoa, when did you guys put this? Or, oh man, when did you guys make this? Or, oh man, like when did you guys install the bar? Yeah, so.
Yeah, so keep coming back to see what's new every
Yes,
time.
and not to be scared of if you're in the right building, because it's still the same building.
It's the same spot.
Same spot, same people, same restaurant. It's just different. Like everything's gonna be different.
What's it like working with your dad every day?
Well, sometimes there's a pros and then there's a cons. Sometimes like we will argue if we didn't think the thing was right. Oh, if I thought it was right, he thought it was wrong. We would just argue the whole time. And since I don't really see him like a boss, I can argue with him all day. Like, no,
He's not going to fire you.
He's not gonna fire me, and that's the only thing. And that's the pros. But the cons is that sometimes we'll take it towards the house, like, oh man, but then we'll make up later. But yeah, I like it, especially because I'm like, I know you can't fire me, so we're good. But yeah, I like it, especially because he teaches me how to cook and all that. Yeah. Overall, how to just keep a food truck going and well, now a restaurant. That's what I like, because they would always tell me like, if you ever were to go work in a restaurant, it's gonna be hard. You know, you're gonna have to try to do whatever you can to be where you at right now. If you want to have good tips as a waiter, you're gonna have to like be on that. And I'm like, you know what, they're right, because I don't know if I would be able to compete with all them waiters from El Tap or Aztecas or the managers. Like they're on it, they're always on it. Yeah. So yeah, he's just helping me out.
I was going to ask if you also like to cook, because I think your dad is such a great cook. I'm curious if you liked it too, or
yes, I cook. Whenever our cook needs help, I'm like, all right, here, let me show you how to do it, and then I go and do it. Back then, Oscar would leave me alone. He'd be gone for like 3 hours. I'm like, oh man, leave me alone by myself, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna have to take them all out. Yeah, I would take the orders, then wash my hands, start making up the food. Alrighty, here's the next one. Alright, who's next? Start making up all the food. But yeah, little by little, my first ever, I remember it was a burrito. And so it just came out all flaky, my tortilla, and then after that I'm like, you know what, I don't want to ever happen again. So I just started improving each time. And yeah, trial and error for when I started off.
I was curious about like if there's anything your dad cooks or you cook that you like to cook more than others, or you don't like to cook.
One thing that I like to cook, or that he likes when I like to eat when he's cooking, is I like to say the pastor. The pastor is really my favorite one. Like especially when it's already he has the pineapple mixed, all the ingredients mixed into it. I always tell him, can you make me some tacos de pastor? And that's the number one thing that I love that he makes.
That's one of my top 3 also.
Yes, I love that one. And or the birria too as well. Whenever it's done, I'm like, can I get a little bowl of it with rice and beans? And then he will give me. It's really good. But the thing that we struggle a little bit on is, I have to say, breakfast burritos. Breakfast burritos it's because on our food truck we don't have a lot of space, so the tortillas take up all the space, and then we gotta have it's called a pan.
Okay, like a griddle type thing?
Yeah. We need to put all the meat, like potatoes going, eggs, and then the meat. So just a lot of work, and then once we know the tortillas are ready and the eggs, potatoes, and the meat, then we have to throw it on, and then it just takes a lot of time, and especially because it takes a lot of time to cook. So that's the only things, but we do it every day, and then throughout the whole day. We learn how to do it. Well, for me, I'm still struggling, but Oscar, he's an expert at it.
Okay, so when you were a little kid, when you were younger, was there anything that he would make for dinner that you would just be like, oh, gross, I don't want to eat that?
That's the thing. I think here and there he would make tacos of liver.
Oh.
They weren't really my favorite. I just don't like liver, but he'd always be like, oh man, they're so good, and then I try them, I'm like, not for me. But that's the only thing, tacos of liver. Well, a lot of people in Mexico City, they eat that.
Yeah.
It's really good for them. But for me, it's not really my go-to. But that's the only food.
I hear that. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's totally fair. Honestly, as much as I like his cooking, I wouldn't eat that either.
Yeah.
So
Tacos,
no. What's the most popular thing on the menu that people order the most?
So top 2 has to be, I'll say top 3. It's the burrito supreme. That one's like, comes with all the beans, rice, lettuce, pico de gallo, sour cream, guacamole, and then all that inside the burrito, and then the sauce on the side. So that one, everyone loves that because it's a great burrito. People can split it and then eat it for 2, or they could eat the first half and then save it for later or the next day.
Yeah, that's what I do. I save half for breakfast. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm like, a lot of people do that because sometimes I get hungry and then I just eat it throughout the whole day, but I've never done it for breakfast. And then the other one has to be the tacos quesadillas. Okay. Those ones, soft tacos, cheese, shredded beef, onion, cilantro, and then the carrot radishes, the consomme, the dipping sauce for the quesadillas, lettuce, and choice of sauce if you want it any spicier or mild. We always have that. That one's really good. Those are like the supreme and the tacos quesadilla. Those are like the ones competing for number 1. And then
those are my 2 favorites.
Yes, the third one has to be the street tacos. 4.5-inch tortillas with whatever meat, onion, cilantro, and then the carrot radishes and lime on that one. And everyone, those are go-to on Taco Tuesday, especially because they're $2 tacos, and people can get as many as they like, and they love it.
Do you all make your own salsa?
Yes, we make our own salsa, our own horchata jamaica. Then our lettuce, we freshly cut it. Everything except the tortilla is and the meat is not made by us. But everything else it's made by us.
But with the meat, you're still seasoning the meat and preparing it.
We make it, marinate, and all that. And even the carrots, the vinegar carrots, make them because a lot of restaurants they just get the canned ones. But it takes us. We do it usually if we run out. We'll do it once we get inside the building, at 8 a.m. We're ready to go on that one. We start making it, and then it's ready for the rest of the day. Everything freshly made. You
can tell the difference, especially with the pickled carrots and things between the canned version and the fresh homemade.
Yeah, it has a different flavor, right?
Yeah. Huge difference. I love those carrots so much. You've been operating out of that food truck for a few years. Now you're in this restaurant. Huge by comparison. How different is it to be working out of here versus working out of the food truck?
The difference is that I never get bored. And the food truck, if people weren't coming in and I did do all my stuff, then I would get bored. I would just wait for the people to come. That's the only thing. But over here, there's endless amount of things to do, refill up the drinks, then fill up more ice for the machine, or put more water for the machine so you can make ice, and just do a whole bunch of stuff clean up all the we call it tables before people start coming. clean windows, just the whole clean the bathroom, making sure we have enough food over there for them to cook. Yeah, so there's a lot to it. But yeah, I prefer a restaurant because I'm also protected by this building from all the elements like the sun, the wind, rain, whatever it is, and then it also protects people because people they would be outside in the wind getting blown away while they're trying to order some food. I'm like, people need to come over here and not be so bothered by the elements outside. We were like, we need to start a restaurant ASAP.
Yeah. I bet it's just so much nicer for working too, especially in the summer when it gets so hot.
Yeah,
It would be so hot in there.
Yeah, we would step outside in the sun. It was still cooler outside than inside the food truck. Yeah, that was the only thing I do not miss. But this summer we're gonna have the food truck still, so I'm gonna go back to it.
Okay, yeah, because are you gonna be going around to different events and things like that, or?
Yes, so far we're just trying to get the information on when air show is. And then for sure, we're trying to be in Peach Festival and then Bluegrass. We're trying to see who else in the Western Slope needs us for the summer or whenever.
So it's more like you will just go to events or go to things for hire instead of being at the car wash.
Yeah.
Stationed anywhere.
Yes, and our plan is to as well. Because we're trying to use the food truck more, we want to take it to like Grand Junction or Fruta. And just to get our name out there and let them know, hey, we have a restaurant as well over here in Palisade. So people could come in and have some wine in the wineries and then also come and dine in over here.
For this location here, what days, times are you going to be open in the future?
So in the future, for this month of February, just from 10 to 7, from Tuesday to Saturday. And then starting next month, I believe, we're going to be from 10 to 9. All day of the weeks, from Monday to Sunday. And then we're just trying to see how it goes. And if we get that liquor license, we'll try to be open maybe even later, Yeah, that's the plan for coming up. So next month from 10 to 9, and then sometime in the summer, we're trying to see 10 to 11 or wherever, and especially wherever the city whatever time the city lets us, because everything has to go through the city. That's why a lot of restaurants, they close up early because the city tells them that there's a certain amount of time that you could be open.
Right. I know each liquor license and things has different hours of operation tied to it. And so it's going to depend how that plays out. But hopefully that works out smoothly for you guys and doesn't take too long.
Hopefully, they told us, by 2 months, we should get that liquor license. But you never know, right? With the whole process of, because we had to talk to the city, then we got to talk with the state, and there's just a whole process around it. So that's why we're not really sure when we're going to get it.
Yep, just got to go through it and you'll get there.
In the food truck, on all the events, because we would be in the next to the Ace Hardware and the car wash, right? And we just get people, but like one by one coming in. Once we start hitting up events, then we started getting a whole bunch of lines. We're like, oh my God, this is never ending. So the first time I was not prepared, and we had a lot of voids, a lot of refunds, and I was just all over the place. But then after that, I started getting the hang of it. Oscar was at first he wasn't cooking the food as fast as now, and we weren't prepared for any of the big events. Sorry about that. Sure. But yeah, once we started rolling and going, Peach Festival was a piece of cake. Then we started getting the air show. That was the only tough one, but we started getting we kicked some butt on that. We took out the orders. Then all the events that we went, we started doing good. So when it starts coming to the restaurant, we're already used to it, and then that's how people minimum they're gonna wait is if it takes a long time like the fish or the shrimp, then minimum they're gonna be waiting is like 15 to 60 minutes. But anything else, it's like from 10 to 5 minutes it should be ready. But yeah, that helps us out a lot.
That's a really hard thing to deal with because you don't know how many people you're going to get what they're going to order. Yeah. And you just get slammed all at once. And what a really good thing to learn how to deal with.
Yeah, there was a lot of fighting with Oscar and my mom in that moment. And then after that, I'm like, you know what, you guys are right. You guys know more than me. And I'm just going to do this better next time. And once next time hit, we were rolling and going. Now, we've had a lot of times where on Saturdays, a whole bunch of people come, but right away we take it out. It's because we're used to it. We already know how it goes. And we take out everything as fast as we can.
Yeah, the more you deal with it, the more efficient you get. You find out, right, how do you need to be prepared. And Do you foresee yourself being in this role for a long time?
Yes, my plan is to, once it's going good, I want Oscar and my mom to just come in and see whenever they have a chance, just to see how it's doing, and so I don't have to work as much because they've been working for a long time, and I just feel like it's right if my siblings start taking control and just making sure everything's running good, because we're young and they're already going to an age where they just want to relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they would work all from Monday to Sunday. They'd work all the time, and then I would only see my mom on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays was our only day to see each other. But yeah, and I would just want to work for them. So one day one day so they can stop working and just come and just look at how everything's doing. Talk to some customers, make some drinks for them, just ask them how everything's going. And yeah, I just want to take control and just making sure everything's running good. And yeah, we want to try to, hopefully one day we'll expand to maybe like Bruta or Parachute or wherever we feel like people need more Mexican authentic food, then be there. Yeah, that's the plan for myself and my siblings.
It's really hard to picture your dad not working.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know from experience, just from living next to you guys, it's like basically, I think he sleeps maybe like 3 hours a night. I mean, really almost never stops working. And it's amazing to be that dedicated and that hardworking.
Yeah.
It's hard to picture him relaxing.
It is, yeah. He said, even he told me one time, once everything goes good in the restaurant, I think my plan is to retire in Mexico and just open up my own stand over there and just make food on like the weekend. I'm like, oh, alrighty. So I guess he never wants to stop working.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's fun for him, right?
Yeah.
And when you make food that people really love and enjoy, like it's gotta be really nice to just make people happy too.
Yeah, I feel like especially him, he like loves people when they come back. They're like, oh man, those taco quesadillas are really good, and then they just makes them more eager to work. He's like, I gotta do this, more dedicated once he hears all that and all the smiles he gets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just loves it so much.
How did you guys end up in Palisade?
Honestly, I don't really know. He just got an apartment over here. He's like, I don't really like all that, because over here Palisade it's a little bit more calm and not too much going on. And then over there in Grand Junction, it's like there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of people. Sometimes you get some rude people. Then there's just a lot of going on in the city, town. And yeah, he just loves Palisade. It's just more calm, and he just loves it a lot. He can go to the park because we live in Riverbend Park. We're close to Riverbend Park, and yeah, we just go to the park, and we're like, you know what? Let's just start a business here instead, because it's nice and people are really nice over here. And yeah, he just decided to be over here because it's nice and calm.
Yeah, fair. I think that's I think that's why a lot of people like it too.
Yeah.
Small town, kind of calm, and everybody's friendly.
Yes, everyone's friendly. We really love it over here.
So, in the rare time you have off, what do you guys do for fun as a family?
So it depends. Sometimes we'll so on Sundays we'll go to church, and then after that we'll go eat at a restaurant. And whenever we're in town and they're not working, like if we're not over there, because Junction is where we have our church, and then we go eat. But whenever we're in town, we go to Riverbend Park and do some fishing. They like to do a lot of rafting, but we always like to go and support the locals as well. Just go eat, try some food from the locals, and yeah, that's what we like to do. We just like to just do whatever we can, take advantage of our day off. Yeah, we also like to do some snowboarding, and if we're ever on vacation, we also like to do some deep sea fishing. So we're just like a fishing type of family. Let's see what and also day offs. We like to cater for our family. We like to it's my little cousins. We like to make them a huge selection of tacos, and then just to give out to his friends so they can try it. And yeah, a lot of people even ask, they're like, "Whoa, you guys cater for everyone?" We're like, "Yeah, you start ordering," and then they call us, and then they cater for their kids, and we cater for their kids. But yeah, or if it's weddings or birthday party, anything, we'll cater.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Lisa, for having me today. And I'm sorry Oscar couldn't be here today because, yeah, he just came back from Texas and he was out of it. I think he only got like an hour of sleep. But right now he's gonna get more. But I'm glad I could be here today and
too.
just like be the face of the restaurant and food truck for today.
And you're the face that a lot of people see anyway, so it's good for people to get to know your voice.
Yeah, a lot of people used to call me, the kid with the braces. Who's the kid with the braces? When my mom would be over here helping us out, like, wait, the kid with the braces? And then my mom would tell me, everyone was saying, where's the kid with the braces? I'm like, oh, okay.
Then you're not with the kid with the braces anymore, though.
Yeah, no braces.
No, you're Michael or Mikey.
Oh, yeah, Michael or Mikey now. Or the kid with a good smile now.
Yeah, nice. The kid who had braces.
The kid who had braces too.
Love it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa, for having me.
Like I mentioned earlier when chatting with Michael, when Paul and I first moved to Palisade, we lived in an apartment downstairs from Oscar and his family. I quickly gained a deep respect for them all, as I saw how hard they worked and the pride they took in their work, and for their generosity. The first day that Oscar added red pozole, a delicious stew made with pork and hominy and topped with fresh veggies, to his Saturday menu, Paul and I were so excited we couldn't stop talking about it. It's one of our favorite dishes, but we weren't able to make it to the truck before he closed for the day. Later that night, there was a knock on our front door. Oscar and Erica were standing there with 2 huge containers of pozole and toppings that they had set aside for us. That generosity brought tears to my eyes then, and it still does now. They truly embody the community spirit that we all love so much in Palisade. Go experience the El Rey family's hospitality for yourself at 528 Iowa Avenue. The podcast theme music is River Bend by Jeff Rober. Thanks for listening. With love from Palisade.